How special does it feel to be on the 53? Come from the path you had to take to get there.
Extremely special. A lot of emotions. Still remember the day of draft day of not getting that call. So just kind of using those emotions to drive me and help me get to the point to where I'm at now.
Ronnie, I know you said like last week or 2 weeks ago that you weren't like focused on the end result. You were just trying to go about the process. Like, how is that? How do you compartmentalize that looking back from it now?
I think it worked for the better. Ending up where I'm at right now. It was a lot of outside noise, a lot of people telling you this or you seeing stuff online, but I chose to not focus on those things, and I thank my family, for kind of letting me just hone in on the football aspect of things and keeping the main thing the main thing.
When did you find out that you made it?
I want to say around like 10:30 in the morning yesterday. I was laying in bed. I knew the call was coming at some point. It kind of felt like draft day all over again. I was joking with my family. But I knew it was coming at some point in the morning, and luckily it was at 10:30.
Was that a nervous couple of days?
Anxious to say the least, just because you're going to get a call, but you're not sure what the answer going to be. But I felt like I did what I could, and it was no longer my decision at that time, so it was out of my control.
We had a guy drawing inspiration from like Rodney McLeod this summer, a guy who's undrafted and has a pretty good career going on.
Yeah, 100%. A big thing that I'm fortunate to be a part of was just being able to be a sponge to a guy like Rodney, a guy with a lot of years and experience under his belt, and luckily he was willing to share it all. Whether it was questions, just off the field, on the field, he was a guy who was like an open book. So myself and pretty much everyone in the room, including coaches, was able to learn from him. And he's 12 years in the league, so he knows a lot.
D'Anthony went through took the same path a year ago. How much did you kind of commiserate with him? Also?
Yeah, any quick questions I had about this whole undrafted process, I was right in D'Anthony's ear, just because, like you said, he came from it. He did the exact same thing I did. So he's been a huge help as well.
Now that you made it, when you flash back to that draft days and not getting picked, was it an easy decision to come here, or did you have a couple that you just wanted to pick in the Browns?
I give a lot of that credit to my agent. I hired him to make decisions like that. And luckily he led me down the right path. So it kind of worked out in that way.
And when you don't get drafted, I know obviously that's not what you wanted. Did it take a while to kind of reset and say I can still get where I want to go even though I wasn't drafted?
Yeah, 100%. You kind of have to. Things happen quick. And once I was still able, there's still a lot of people who would kill to be in the shoes that I was in, being an undrafted guy. So once you think about it from that perspective and realize that you got a chance to do something 1% got to do, and realize that it's a blessing, it kind of worked out.
If I remember correctly, I think you had 3 interceptions at Ohio State in your collegiate career. 3 in one preseason here. Just, that nose for the football, just, how did you develop? Where did that come from?
Just opportunity. This game is about opportunity. You never know when your number's called, but when your number's called, you got to make the play, and that's kind of a thing we used to say at Ohio State. So, when your number's called, you want to go out there and make the play, and not only for yourself, but for your teammates as well.
How much did going up against Harrison and those wide receivers at Ohio State in practice prepare you for this?
Tremendous. There's a little next step when you get out here to the professional level, but the guys there back at Ohio State, they're all going to be in the same shoes I'm in within the next few years. So it's good to kind of build that competitive edge and that competitive culture at Ohio State. So I'm thankful for it.
Just one more on that. What kind of career do you think C.J. Stroud's going to have?
Sky's the limit for a kid like that. He has it up here. He has it on the field. And one thing I like about CJ the most is he's a leader. So being a quarterback, that's one thing you got to pride yourself on, and I'm sure he does.
How important is that special teams element for you to make it on this roster? How big was that?
The most important, if I'm being honest, the most important. Like I said earlier, whenever you're on the field, you want to make a play and allow the coaches to trust you and the players to trust you when you step on that field. So whenever you get a chance, you got to make the most of it.
Ronnie, got thoughts on Ohio State this year? How do you think your former team's going to
Natty. Natty.
So the anxiety's over. You've been able to take a deep breath, or are you still kind of anxious about what's
Nah,
next?
man. The Rents do every day for real. So it's a small side, but like the Rents do every day around here. And in this profession, you gotta earn it every day.